Are you ready to double your real estate sales and grow your business like never before? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to Real Estate Matters, hosted by Matt Curtis, leader of the #1 real estate team in Alabama for the last 6 years. With over 8,000 homes sold and more than 4,000 five-star reviews, Matt's proven strategies speak for themselves. Ready to double your sales with expert strategies? Let's dive in. This is Real Estate Matters. Let's get started.
So, hey, Clark, the reality is right now, it's been tough in the real estate world. Like the last few years, like business has been as low as it gets. But at Matt Curtis Real Estate, we've grown over 30% this year. And that's before Zillow Preferred started. That's before Realtor.com Market VIP started. And in this episode, we're going to dive into why that's been the case for us.
Yeah, and so talk a little bit about kind of that bullets before cannonballs analogy. I think we mentioned it on some previous episodes in the past, but I think it applies to this for sure.
You can't ever talk enough about firing bullets before cannonballs. It's a Jim Collins principle, one of my favorite books. Great. I don't know if it's good to great or great by choice. There's two great books, but one of them talks about firing bullets before cannonballs. And the principle is, you don't just go all in. You don't just like, hey, here's a ship I'm going to try to blow up. I'm just going to load up all my gunpowder and fire away. Because if you use up all your money and your resources and you miss, you're done. You're out of business. So you want to kind of test things. But so there's two concepts to it. Number one is you want to test. And then the number two thing is you got to have the guts, like when that little small test like hits metal, to go all in. And for us, 2026, it was not like we're always testing a lot of things. But for us, it was more about, hey, we've hit metal. We gotta back it up with a lot of gunpowder. And so that was like the biggest thing. We looked at the evidence, or like, hey, this worked really well back then. We slowed it down. I know if we ramp this up, if we put tens of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars, like we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gunpowder behind this machine this year, it was going to work. And it did.
Yeah, and I think too, like when you have a team like yours and as you've been growing, it's almost like an obligation as you see it. It's like, oh, we've hit metal. Like it's our obligation now to like go all in, like not just for you personally, but for the team.
Yeah.
And we even had the opportunity to even have a team member come on the podcast on the previous episode and talk a little bit about his experience.
Yeah. But because, you hit on a good point because, we have admin that want to advance their careers. Like we had somebody working at the front desk, Sadie. She loved working at the front desk, but she wanted to go to the closing department. Only way that's going to happen is if we grow. We have agents that, want to take on more listing leads and more, and so how are we going to do that? Like we have to grow. We have to bring on more marketing to give more agents more opportunities.
And talk a little bit about kind of looking at this and how your approach is to past clients and how you kind of are almost like kind of refocusing your attention a little bit on some of the past work that your team has been able to do.
Yeah. That was another one of those things. We just look back, like when did we strike metal? And one of those things was past clients. We made this huge mistake. We had a great past client team member in the past, and if things got weird with COVID and different things and you weren't doing as many events, and we made the mistake of like, all right, hey, we're just going to, enable our agents to do. And some of our agents, they're just naturally really great at doing that. Others, that's not within their wheelhouse. Either way, the ones that are great and the ones that aren't doing a great job, we did a better job assisting them, like having that in-house where we focused on our events. We focused on calling them. We focused on making sure they have a cupcake, gift card for their birthday, these small things that add up to big things, just surprise and delight moments. Like, hey, I've got extra tickets to Trash Pandas this weekend. Do you like to take your family? And so really like really investing in that. And I've really encouraged my agents too. It's like, when you work a Zillow lead or a web lead or anything else, these people don't know you. They're calling Zillow, they're calling a website, they've heard of Matt Curtis Real Estate or not. But that's like the hardest side. Like you got to build that trust. You got to follow up with them for, 3 months, 6 months, a year, however long it takes for them to get ready to buy a home. That's the hardest part. And due to all the marketing expenses and stuff, that's like the least commission. but we pay more when it's repeat business. Like, we're really generous. A lot of, like, referral systems and all that kind of stuff, maybe after 2 years, we do after a year. And so after a year, you can get a higher split. And it's easier. Like, you've already done the hard work, and so we have just gone all in helping our agents nurture those relationships. And it's not just about dollars and cents. It's really about, like, we believe our clients are part of our family. What do families do? They celebrate holidays. We have our Pi Day, celebrate birthdays. We celebrate their birthdays. They get together throughout the year. And those are some of the most fun nights. Like, we had a Dave and Buster's night, just packed out Dave and Buster's, just seeing our clients and catching up with them. Like, some of the same clients every year. It's like, I remember these one family, they have like 4 little girls. Like, they started at this age and, now they're up here, but every year they're coming to our events, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, and so you kinda talk a little bit about that agent perspective. A big part of past episodes, and we can't talk about it enough, is kind of that ideal work week, like the hours in a day and how they best approach it to get success. Talk a little bit about that and how you've kinda built that out for your team to see that growth over the last few years that some agencies really haven't.
Mhm. Well, we figured it out. We've talked a lot in, like, past episodes. We know how many one of the things I appreciate about, like, Alabama football, and, some of our listeners, like, if they're local to Alabama, maybe Alabama fans, Auburn fans. Sorry, I'm a Tennessee grad. I appreciate Alabama football. I appreciate Nick Saban. Like, he were recruiting you. I know he doesn't coach now, but if he were recruiting you, he'd bring, his however many championship rings and say, "Hey, you want one of these?" And that's the same thing for us. Like, we've won 7 straight championships in Huntsville, number 1 real estate team in Alabama. So we have the past experience. We know, Clark, this is what it's gonna take. This number of calls, this number of appointments, you're gonna need to go to this training. Here's what it takes to be successful. We've had, agents sell 20 homes a month, 30, 50, 80 plus, probably more than anybody in town hitting at that level. So we know, like, the secret sauce to do it.
Yeah, and I think that's, having that roadmap for any agent that's listening, looking to join a team, looking to, have success.
Yeah.
I think Matt Curtis Real Estate is the team to join. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's incredible to see.
You talk about the roadmap. Well, we, like, literally have a PDF. It's like a 2 or 3 page PDF. It just walks you through it. Like, hey, what are your goals? How much do you want to make? Translate that to how many homes you need to sell, how many calls you need to make, how many appointments you need to go on, what lead sources you should take in. And so we've really simplified it for the agent.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk a little bit about kind of the growth you've had over the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a wrap for this episode of Real Estate Matters, helping you double your sales and build a thriving business. But real success is about impact. That's why Matt's team has built over 140 homes for families in Central America, changing lives beyond real estate. Loved what you heard? Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with a fellow agent. For more expert insights, visit mattcurtisrealestate.com or find us on social media at Matt Curtis Real Estate. See you next time on Real Estate Matters.